like button, subscribe. Let's jump right in there.
Hello, McDonald's. Can I get a combo #1 medium size for delivery? Actually, you know what? Can we make that a large? Thanks.
I see where you're going there. That will be decent. But I don't think with McDonald's.
Hello, Internet. Welcome to Food Theory. Never fear, while other channels are off theorizing about WandaVision, Food Theory's serving up what you really need, theories about Wonka Vision. That's right, MatPat just referenced the 1964 novel Charlie and the Chocolate Factory here in 2021. Now, if you've ever read it or watched either motion picture based off the book, then you'll probably recall Wonka Vision, Willy Wonka's fictitious invention capable of transmitting chocolate bars, among other things, through the air in a million tiny little pieces.
Taste it, it's delicious. It's just gotten smaller, that's all.
It's perfect. It's unbelievable.
It's a miracle.
It's a TV dinner.
It's WonkaVision.
As a kid, WonkaVision was pretty much the most magical thing I'd ever seen. Right up there with magic eye paintings, but with the added bonus of not giving the eye strain. Seriously, if you let your eyes go out of focus, and then you cross them, and then you get really close to the painting, and then you move your face slowly away from the painting, you'll see dolphins. They're 3D. They're leaping out of the screen.
I just feel nauseous.
What a weird trend. Only 90s kids will understand. But seriously, WonkaVision, think about this. The idea of a physical candy bar being broadcast right into your home. Come on,
And 90s babies. Comment down below. I need to see who all in here.
That sounds incredible, right? Of course, the concept makes my head hurt a little bit now that I'm adult. The law of conservation of mass might have a thing or two to say about a huge chocolate bar becoming a fraction of its original size. Really, there is no shortage of scientifically questionable things at play in this scene. And yet, this fantastical invention, this product of pure fiction, this seeming impossibility of science is closer than we all think. You heard that right, theorists. Hold on to your top hats and purple velvet, because we're soon gonna have access to WonkaVision. Food transmitted directly into our homes via the airwaves. The future is now, people. Or at least it's coming real soon, and I'm the one who's gonna explain how it's gonna get here. So last year, a team at Japan's Meiji University revealed a prototype device known as the Norimaki Synthesizer, a so-called taste display capable of artificially creating any flavor you can think of. You simply tell the contraption what flavor it should produce, touch your tongue to the end, and that exact flavor hits your taste buds. Home Miyashita, the creator of the Norimaki Synthesizer, reportedly got his inspiration from RGB displays, video screens like the ones that you're watching now. He noted how easily our eyes are tricked into believing the images on video screens are real, even though they're technically nothing more than a bunch of pixels composed of red, green, and blue light. Oh man, please tell me that the fly thing worked on at least somebody watching this
something with
video
my
right now.
eyes.
Did one of you try to swap the screen, or at least roll your eyes that a fly had landed on your screen? Well, there you go. It was just a trick of a bunch of red, green, and blue pixels. And Miyashita realized that if those three simple building blocks, red, green, and blue light, were able to trick our eyes, then maybe our taste buds could be fooled the same way. After all, our current understanding is that there are really just 5 basic tastes: sweet, sour, salty, bitter, and umami, sometimes referred to as savory or meaty. And if presented to our taste buds in the correct proportions, these 5 building block tastes can blend to create any flavor out there in existence, much like how 3 colors of light can create any image that we see on a video screen. Quick side note on that RGB screen, by the way. You might be wondering why the 3 colors of light used by an RGB screen aren't red, yellow, and blue. After all, in grade school, we learned that those are the primary colors. If you mix red, yellow, and blue paints together, you can achieve any color under the sun. Well, yes, that is technically true for subtractive color mixing. That's when you're dealing with paints and pigments and substances that absorb light. But here, we're actually using light itself. We're projecting light. And when you mix colors of light together, the rules of additive color mixing apply, which is why you need green instead of yellow. The more you know. So knowing that, let's take a look at the Norimaki Synthesizer prototype, which got its name from its similarity to Norimaki.
I remember that movie, Cloudy with a Chance of Meatballs? This is giving me that vibe.
Sushi rolls. Inside the device are 5 gel-filled tubes, each containing a different electrolyte solution responsible for one of the 5 basic tastes. The tube containing glycine is responsible for sweet, the sodium chloride tube is salty, glutamic sodium is umami, citric acid is sour, and magnesium chloride is bitter. Why did they choose 5 electrolyte solutions? It's because they conduct electricity, and that is the key component of how the Norimaki Synthesizer works. Basically, the Norimaki Synthesizer completes an electric circuit between your tongue tongue and your hand, which allows for ion electrophoresis to occur. In short, the electric field causes the positively charged electrolytes inside the gel-filled tubes to move further away from your tongue, so you can't taste them as much. And since there are 5 different circuits at play, this allows the Norimaki synthesizer to adjust the electric field in each individual gel tube as needed. As an example, let's say someone wanted to recreate the taste of, I don't know, Diet Coke, just a hypothetical individual user of this device. To achieve that sweet, sweet, delicious nectar taste, the device might apply no electric current whatsoever to the sweet tube, allowing the sweet-tasting electrolytes to remain right up against the tongue. Meanwhile, electric current would be applied to the bitter and salty tubes to drive those electrolytes further away from the tongue. So, in essence, the Norimaki synthesizer achieves the perfect taste recipe by subtracting the flavors least present in whatever you're trying to recreate. And apparently it works. The research team claims to have accurately recreated all sorts of different flavors from candy to sushi. And there you have it, friends. It is a lickable screen, able to replicate any flavor you can imagine.
What?
Now streaming.
First of all, I damn near didn't even understand nothing that was said. But what? A lookable screen?
I mean, we always joke about smell-o-vision, right? The idea that a TV can replicate the sense of what you're seeing on the screen. Well, this, quite literally, is the first massive leap forward in taste-o-vision. Just think about what this technology could mean for menus, and recipes, and advertisements, and historical preservation, and video games. Finally, you'll be able to taste Kingdom Hearts' sea salt popsicles, Portal's iconic chocolate cake, provided it isn't a lie. Heck, even Castlevania's iconic wall meat. Does it mean that we'll actually be able to enjoy Wonka Vision someday? Spoiler alert, yes. Yes, it does. Now, obviously, the Norimaki synthesizer isn't the same thing as Wonka Vision. Not yet. Anyway, but if the research is correct and every flavor is actually composed of 5 basic tastes, then the field is on the cusp of an absolute breakthrough that'll make Wonka Vision an absolute inevitability. I'm not saying it's gonna be easy, but with the 5 building blocks of tastes in hand, it's only a matter of time before we're able to map out every single taste detectable to the human palate. Consider how color shades have been classified. Today, any color you see on a screen can be described with an alphanumeric code. HTML colors, for instance, use 6-digit case-sensitive alphanumeric codes. The first 2 digits refer to the intensity of the red, the middle 2 digits refer to the intensity of the green, and the last 2 refer to blue. 000000, or zero intensity of all colors, is black. FFFFFF, or full intensity of all colors, is white. 0000FF is blue. 842593 is a specific purple color reserved for killers, and so on and so forth. In all, those...
Yo, I feel like I done went back to school for a quick second. Whoa. What's going on here?
6 alphanumeric digits are able to describe over 16 million different colors, which, go figure, is about 15 million more than the human eye can detect. And a similar system can absolutely be adopted for taste. The Norimaki synthesizer is proof of it. So join me, if you will, as I let my theory brain run free for a minute. Because the way I see it, mapping every flavor allows us to infuse any flavor we want into any edible substance that we want. That means that we could say, take a little bean-shaped piece of gummy agar, infuse it with the flavor of a jelly bean, and in essence create a fake jelly bean with the same flavor and consistency as the real one, maybe even with a fraction of the calories. Theorists, it means I could infuse glasses of soda water with the flavor of Diet Coke. Plus, as we develop more edible materials with different textures and consistencies, it'll only become easier and easier to make artificial food that's indistinguishable from the real thing. There's already a ton of research and development going into edible polymers and other edible packaging. Similar strides could absolutely be taken in search of edible substances that are tasteless but feel crumbly, waxy, oozy, or crunchy in our mouths. Granted, mapping flavors and manufacturing edible polymers is still an early business, but look at it this way. When I was born, Nintendo had just released the 8-bit NES. Today, just a few short decades later, we've got 9th gen consoles that have me doing double takes at the screen because it feels like I'm watching an actual basketball game. When I was in grade school, they taught us that different regions of the tongue sense different flavors. The thinking at the time was that there was a sweet region, a salty region, and so on. Today, thanks to additional years of research, we know it's not that simple. simple. Taste buds capable of tasting all 5 flavors are in fact scattered all over the tongue. A decade or 2 from now, imagine what we'll know. My point is that artificial flavoring is going to get better. Edible material is going to get better. And when they get good enough, 3D food printing, 3D food printing is going to be the thing that brings Wonka Vision to life. I promise I haven't gone off the deep end here, theorists. 3D food printing is already a thing. As we speak, there are companies printing candy, pancakes, heck, even meat. All it takes is filling out the printer cartridge with the right food ingredient, sugar and flavoring, pancake batter, plant-based meat substitute, and then letting the 3D printer go and do the rest, slowly, layer by layer, to make everything from mind-blowing geometric sugar designs to incredibly realistic replications of steaks. Excuse me, waiter, I ordered my food like an hour ago.
I sincerely apologize. The chef is having troubles with the printer.
And one thing that's already being printed is chocolate. I'm telling you, we are this close to Wonka Vision being a reality, like Black Mirror levels of close. Imagine, if you will, having a 3D food printer in your home. You put in a taste cartridge, inside are 5 electrolytes capable of matching any known flavor. Then you put in a materials cartridge filled with tasteless edible filaments capable of mimicking all sorts of food textures. Suddenly your 3D printer springs to life. It's received a recipe from this bizarre reclusive chocolatier with a bad haircut from halfway across the world via the Wi-Fi. You stand back and you watch as your 3D printer creates a chocolate bar out of thin air. You reach out and you bite into it. It sure tastes like a chocolate bar. It feels like a chocolate bar. And the best part is that this food that delighted your taste buds actually has a fraction of the calories and sugar. Even has some vitamins and minerals thrown in. Your taste buds get chocolate and your body gets a multivitamin. And all we're missing is lickable wallpaper.
It tastes so real.
That's gonna be
Try some more.
crazy.
The strawberries taste like strawberries. The snozberries taste like snozberries.
Oh wait, that exists too. Well done, Wonka. You may be the dreamer, but the scientists of today are the ones making it a reality. But hey, that's just a theory. A food theory. Thanks for watching, theorists. If you
Nah, somebody did win in the future or something and made that movie, or in the past, or however you want to put it. Because that's a little bit too crazy. This reminded me of Spy Kids. Didn't they have a little food simulator or whatever it was? Hey man, if you done made it this far, make sure you smash that like button, comment, subscribe. We out.